Plush gonna be first up. Hey, let's go. Wait, oh, Archie's switching teams. Interesting. We got Shakon versus the Rogue. A bit of a rematch this time around. Again, he's got himself full go, full burst, everything from Flagellation, Shadow Blades, with a DFA to finish it off. And Shakon disperses the entire burst. The Rogue, at that point, he started the burst. He might as well commit. Might as well make some damage happen, honestly. As he goes in for advantage, the Void Rift still finds you. Hold on a second. Don't stay behind the pillar for too long. He's gonna get found. Blind? Oh wait, the Rift still knocks out his stealth? Even it's so far away? Or were you just dotted? What was that? Hold on. If the Rift actually just can catch rogues and just as soon as it pops, it still hits you? That is wild. Oh no! hold on. You know, I said I kind of like that interaction, how like the rogue cannot really hide in the void, in the shadows, because the shadow priests literally are void incarnate. They can peel back the curtain of the void to find the rogue hanging out back there. Thematically, I like it. Gameplay wise, I assume it's very annoying for Plush right now, because every time he's just like, yeah, he just go to sleep. Shaken, hanging out by the eye. Plush, I guess he just gotta wait until his cooldown's back up. He literally cannot vanish to get cooldown reduction anymore. He's also playing just one vanish, so he's kind of out of options when he doesn't have a cloak. I guess all he can do is maybe try to see if he can get a kick onto Shakon. Man, he's got to have a quick go though, because that disperse matches his Shadow Blades and his Flagellation so easily. Shadow Blades up, Shakon with a Trinket, Fear onto the Rogue. He does Trinket out of it immediately. Stun right after, could be an opportunity for Shakon to have a proper go. No cloak of shadows for Plush for a second. Has a full setup. Mad burst into Shakon, could go for a disperse here. Trying to go for a bit of defenses as much as possible, just rotting him down. Plush with full damage. He decided, I'm just gonna DPS race you real quickly here. I'm just gonna pump damage into you the entire time. Maybe looking for a disperse here. Goes in for a fade, quick seer into Bird's mind as he goes in for a full-on flay really quickly. Oh, Shadow Priest versus casters, man. I actually like the Shadow Priest versus all the caster matchups. Just because priests have a silence, they have a stun, they have a fear. Like, it's a very, very interesting kit that I feel like deals with a lot of casters really, really well. That sounds in particular. Maybe looking for a disperse here. Super, super low. That's gonna be a blink on a Bird. Trying to see if he can survive. There goes the disperse. At least he's gonna get himself a lot of recovery. But Bird able to get quite a big defensive out of Shakon. He does get himself a stun. Blink into a wall just to break out of the stun. Bird get himself an altar by the looks of it. No, it's just a random proc of damage. Flays out for Shakon, trying not to get interrupted by Bird. Bird is rotting though. Hold on a second, the Rift. Oh, the Rift. Oh, the Rift. Oh, wait a second. Bird, are you just gonna die? I swear to God, your health bar. I swear to God, your health. Hold on. Does Shakon have a massive spell? It doesn't have massive spell. Priest literally didn't get a single new change in this update, man. 1105 forgot that they existed. This is just natty Priest. This is not some kind of a buff. Every other class got changes, except for Priest. Bird with an altar, but he could alter his fate there. At that point, man, when you roll up against a priest, you would need to have an actual Infinity Stone. The one that alters time, just to make sure you don't get the same matchup with a priest ever as a mage. That's the only way you survive that. My God. Shakon, kind of low in health, no dispersion. Saya is just absolute pressure on him right now. Saya's got himself a full, what is it? A full, what is it? The Hollow Fall set. It looks so good. Paladin of the Eternal Flame. Quick Fear onto Shakon by Shakon. Does get a juke out onto Saya. Full burst, but it's going to be immunity by Saya. He doesn't have to worry about the Rift at all. Disperse is backup and available for Shakon. He has a trinket and everything. Might be okay here. Hold on a second. That's a lot of burst. I think it's dispersed. Yeah, that's dispersed. Saya ignored a lot of the burst out of the Shadow Priest. With a stun, he's able to lock him down, forcing a defense out of him. Shake him with a quick fade for a second. Silence onto Saya. Does not have an escape. Needs a few more seconds until a Fear's back up or anything at all. Fear last second. Needs a heal right now. Just dies, dude. The dawn light burning right through his soul. That is so rough. What's your name? Oh my God. What is your name actually? Time? Oh, PvE Mannequin. That's what his name. I forgot about that. PvE Mannequin. Mannequin the DK is up next. Got himself full burst. He's got himself Riders of the Apocalypse by his side. Rolling up with Josiah. The riders disappear, but they did quite a bit of damage to Messiah. Man did get himself a random proc of wingsuit. That's going to help him stabilize a little bit, but Mannequin tried to keep the pressure rolling in. He's got himself even one more riders joining. I think a Morgrane too, right? And Morgan, whenever they get AMS, that does get reduced in PvP by quite a bit, doesn't it? So you don't get too much defenses. Or disabled? One of those two. Trying to get a stun Messiah. Does get a proper stun. No outs for this one. Layer in hands, the only thing he's got. A 25% dampen. That layer in hands still does quite a bit of healing, though. And Mannequin trying to keep the pressure on to Saya. Does go for a bit of burst right now. Saya does get going back in. He's just on his last leg. Barely any health available. Eternal Fire barely keeping him afloat here. Got himself a little bit of the instant cast healing, but Mannequin just found himself the perfect combination between burst and sustained damage, playing around the DK procs, dropping down a dome down when you're dealing with Goeris. He's got full burst right now. And Mannequin just trying to recover as much health as possible. Got himself AMS for a quick second. Got his own riders coming out little by little. Goer's got a lot of damage into Mannequin. And looks like he actually has quite a bit of advantage. Full stun onto Mannequin. Might be able to do a lot of trouble. Does still have Panda. Rachel might need to be able to Panda and walk away. Trying to see if he can catch up as much health as humanly possible. A little bit of burst of his own. Just trying to see if he can build some resources. But Goer does have the advantage and the pressure. What's your name? Oh, what are your names, man? What are these names? The Shaman? I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no clue what this man's name is. The Shaman. I guess we'll call him the Shaman. Are you Ellie? You are? No, you're Enhancement. No, you're Enhancement. All right. I have no idea what his name is. We just call him the Shaman, dude. The Shaman. Has he got himself... Are you an Enhancement? Well, that look like an Earth Shock. Or is that will take Blaze? That straight up looked like an Earth Shock. That sounded like an Earth Shock. That was wild. He is playing the full totemic playstyle though, so he's trying to see if he can play around those totems as best as possible. Is getting rooted out by Goer's, trying to see if he can put the pressure onto the DK, but he's really unable to stay on him. Goer's able to see him quite a bit. Chain-wise getting a lot of value. Does go for a real setup around the pillar, but he's standing next to the totem. That thing does quite a decent bit of damage. Looking for a bit of recovery off of those pets. Look, seriously, it looks like it sounds like an Earth Shock, doesn't it, chat? I think it is Voltaic Blaze though. I think it's like the Flame Shock that's transformed into like an Earth Shocky type of thing. Whenever he gets whenever he gets a proc with the Maelstrom. And the man just got himself full Ascendance, full burst versus Archie, who just went underground immediately. Got himself a big defensive totem, but instead got hit with those wind strikes back to back. The other Shaman is just absolutely obliterating him. Archie barely able to survive it. Needs to get himself some burst of his own. Full Ascendance is available. Trying to see if he can rock down the other Shaman. Double stun with the Sunder in between. Needs those Tempests whatsoever. As the other Shaman barely alive. Those wind strikes are enough. I don't think he got to use a single Tempest against him though. So maybe potentially might have a Tempest available for Krager this time around. Looking to catch up as much healing as he can. That is a full stun. Krager with a quick roar. Just trying to see if he can bleed him down into a banner. And Arya trying to see if he can waddle away from him. Does break out of that root with a Blaze Storm. And just trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. Krager got plenty of advantage here. For Arya, he's on the back foot. He's just looking to catch up as quickly as humanly possible. But all he can do is slow him down maybe a little bit. He does have mana, but not a lot of Maelstrom to work with. He needs Maelstrom to make that healing better. But maybe he can just wait until a full lockdown onto Kragar with burst, and you get a lot of Maelstrom out of it, and you use it offensively and defensively. He's just trying to play the long game right now as best as possible. Now, Richard actually doing quite a lot for him. And Archie's able to recover. He doesn't have the Darker Racial, but does have a Trinket. Those two do go into DR, whether you use one or the other. Knocking back Kragar as he got himself a Reflect. Warbreaker to follow, or Colossus Smash rather. Does get hit by the Totem. Does need to take out that thing with a Sunder. Double Sunder to Kragar. Does go for a Trinket for one of them. Second stun does still affect him. Archie does get hit with the Disarm. He went in for big damage, but Kragar was able to turn a lot of the pressure back to the guy and not really give him much of an opportunity to really keep going with the damage. Saw his cell dip. Kind of panicked, retreating behind the pillar. And I think he's just looking for as much recovery as possible right now. But without the Maelstrom, Krager is not really worried about chasing after the guy. Why he doesn't have Maelstrom? His healing is heavily, well, not diminished, but it's definitely not as strong as it potentially could be. Those root totems, though, he's got plenty of mana to just keep doing that in normal heals. It's just not a lot to work with. Dropping down a healing totem as well. That helps out maybe a little bit. Charged by Krager around the corner with a full burst. Bleeds. Does try to go for a Colossus Smash, I think. Does that connect? It looks like Colossus Smash is on cooldown. I wonder if it still hits Archie when he's on the ground like that. Or does he just like dodge it? I actually don't know. I don't know the answer to it. Or he could be under a lot of trouble. Wall does get a run into Kragar. Does he have himself another lockdown like that he had before? He could potentially go for Ascend. He doesn't have access to his weapon. Does go for a trick and just to get his weapons back to him. But it's a fear out of Kragar. Kragar needs to lock him down. He has him so low. Battle stance and everything ready. Does get himself a stun. Knocked back, charged back in with another stun. Got himself a defensive stance. Azar, he just waited out his entire Ascendance. Is going to be yet another Colossus match, but rooted out in the open. Arhi needs those Tempest procs. Does get a double stun onto Kragar. Just going to charge it with a Demolish. Doesn't even let him get a full cast hit. Just taking him out. Just, I think, a single strike, if not a second strike, and Demolish does it. Shaker pulling out some moves, by the way. Love seeing it. Kragar holding his own for his team. Trying to make sure he has a good finish off there. Let's get another one going. Blush and Kragar, let me know when you boys are ready, and we'll get another one going.